out the box with the Broncos and the Bengals. Ryan Clark joining us here on SportsCenter as well. Bo Nix and company. They're down 3-0. He takes it himself. Easy touchdown. And look, this kid's got some game for sure, Ryan.
Yeah, Bo Nix finished his rookie season on a hot note. Now he's getting to the end zone, running the ball. Things didn't go as well for the Cincinnati Bengals offense.
They have issues up there, obviously, with Joe Burrow, done for quite some time. This is a pass from Jake Browning to Jamar Chase. Well short of the first down, and there you see Jamar already frustrated with what's happening. 94 total yards in the first half, 8 penalties for 50. That's not going to make it happen. Broncos, though, Marvin Mims, little jet sweep, around the corner, end zone. And check out this block by Pat Bryant, RC.
Listen, this is a big block. The young rookie gets in, he gets Geno Stone and allows Mims to get to the outside and beat Newton to the end zone.
And then here is Nix with a straight laser to Mims.
Listen, this entire game, and especially late in the second quarter, he was throwing absolute dimes, and this one, the Cortland Sutton in the end zone, is one that really put the game away.
It was 21-3 Denver at the half, and Cincinnati was like, we came all the way out here for this? Yeah, we did. We're in the third, 4.5 to go. Browning getting sacked. The pressure too much for the young man to handle.
Listen, the pressure from the Broncos front four has been great all season, and Nick Bonito showing you why they gave him that money before the season started.
And there you see Jamar Chase talking to Zach Taylor, still frustrated with the offense. When the quarterback can't see, he can't throw. 7 minutes to go in the game. J.K. Dobbins, 100 yards in the game, RC. The first Broncos player with 100 yards in a game since 2022.
They've been looking for a run game, especially under Sean Payton. J.K. Dobbins has a lot of injuries. He's now come back and made some plays. And here you see the young star from the backfield catching the ball, Harvey, with a big touchdown.
Knicks, 326 through the air, 2 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown. Broncos win it.
Man, I've been saying this since training camp. You know, we get a chance to go against one of the best defenses in the NFL, you know, day in and day out in training camp. And, you know, it ultimately makes us better. But then you get to go sit on the sideline and watching them go out there and impose their will on defense, on other offenses. Like you said, I'm glad that it's not us out there having to go against them, because that when they're firing on all cylinders, it's a lot of fun to watch.
You know, obviously, early in the season, all 31 other teams are really working to figure out who they are. We're no different, but it certainly was a step in the right direction.
Tough to say, man. Honestly, you know, we go out there and we lay eggs sometimes. We're not capitalizing on the downs when we get opportunities. When it's second and third and 1, 3rd and 2, we got to capitalize on those. Get the ball moving downfield so we can keep the play going.
RC, the first game of the night, Jets visiting the Dolphins. This has not been a happy place for the Jets. They've lost 9 straight games at Miami, the 3rd longest losing streak by any team at Miami. You know how you don't fix that stat? With things like that, turning the ball over. That's the first Miami takeaway this season. There would be more, sir.
Yeah, that was a great punch out by Jack Jones. Braylon Allen was going into the end zone, and this led to a long touchdown drive for the Miami Dolphins.
It did. This was part of it. Jalen Waddle hauling it in for a gain of 25. But what do you say about this man? Darren Waller was retired last season, did not play the first 3 games of this season, and that is one hell of a catch for a touchdown.
Darren Waller was a big-time Pro Bowl tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders in his prime, and he brought some of that one-on-one ability to win with combat catching.
It was 10-0. Ensuing Jets drive. Also things you cannot do. Turnover number 2, that one from Justin Fields.
Listen, this is a huge play by Rasul Douglas. He gets it to the backfield, punches the football out, and it's a scoop, and now the Miami Dolphins are driving again.
Early in the 3rd quarter, this was the big moment of the game, and not in a good way. If you're squeamish, don't look at Tyreek's knee. It's dislocated. Was taken to the hospital for further imaging and evaluation. We'll have more on that later, but, I mean, that's clearly a man who is adrenaline and all the things that come with an injury, taken out immediately. Later in this drive, 2nd and 6, Jets night. Again, it's Darren Waller in the end zone. 3 catches, 2 of them were scores. Tua on the run. I want to say to Tua, you can't do this, but also you can't do that. That is unnecessary roughness. 15 yards.
I will say this. He did avoid his head with any helmet or shoulder pads.
Yeah.
He hit him in the head with his hands. But here is Devon Achane getting it to the end zone, making 3 people miss. And I thought the creativity was back for the Miami Dolphins offense.
They had a running game in this one. Achane had 99 yards. Dolphins had a 24-10 lead. The Jets came back, though. That catch from Garrett Wilson is like Wilson-y things, sir.
Garrett Wilson is absolutely phenomenal. I truly hate that early on in his career, they haven't had more success in New York, because there's a lot of people in this country that don't know how great this young man really is.
They haven't had quarterback consistency. By the way, the Jets went for 2. They got it. It was 27-21. However, they went for the onside kick and didn't get it. The Jets are 0-4 for the first time since 2020, and frustrations are mounting.
It's just a tale of, 3 out of our 4 losses. Teams will shoot themselves in the foot, and we come back and shoot ourselves in the head. So.
All right, RC, maybe not the best choice of words there from Breece Hall, but it's just indicative of how they're feeling from a frustration level of what's happening with that squad right now.
I mean, Breece Hall is just painting a picture, and the picture that he's painting is that if you injure your foot in the manner that he spoke of, maybe you limp a little bit, maybe you have a setback. There's going to be some sort of recovery. But if you do the other thing, there is no coming back from that. You don't give yourself an opportunity to win. You don't give yourself an opportunity to keep going. And I think when you look at some of these turnovers and the penalties and the way that they have cost their teams on both sides of the football, that's what Breece Hall is speaking to. Listen, we saw them move the ball throughout this game, but Braylon Allen on the goal line fumbling the football. We didn't see it from Justin Fields after having 2 penalties that set the drive back. He's just saying that they can't continue to penalize themselves by bad play or by mistakes and expect to win football games. And we saw that tonight, time after time after time. And the Miami Dolphins were able to capitalize on that. And when you're at this point of the season and you're 0-4 and you haven't won a game and you just lost to a team that at least until playing you hadn't won a game either, it's extremely frustrating for a young player like Breece Hall, who you can tell is truly straining trying to help his team get a win.
It's the double-digit penalties and the multiple turnovers. Okay, so the Jets lost the game, but the Dolphins lost a key member to their offense. Tyreek Hill was taken off the field on the cart. We saw the injury in the third quarter. And then they immediately said, no, we're going to load him up into an ambulance. It was our Adam Schefter who reported it was a dislocated knee. They were going to load him up into an ambulance, take him to the hospital immediately for injuries, assessment, the imaging, and an observation. After the game, we got a little bit more information on the injury.
I know he's at the hospital. I know he's staying overnight. I know it was a dislocation. He was probably in the best spirits of any player. He immediately had wide eyes and was talking, I'm good, just make sure the guys get this win.